Hello everybody, welcome back to the Jade Empire walkthrough. We are in the tea house and it is time to take care of a couple side quests.
I'm so glad that old mother is back in charge.
Again, now these ones you mostly just get open palm points here, or closed fist, I guess, if you're going down that path. There is a gem up here, the charm gem, which is pretty... Sorry, did I say charm gem? I'm sorry, that's not what I meant to say. The bronze tongue gem is in here. And that is a reward for one of the quests.
Those who died in the flood.
At the end of the previous video, we talked a little bit about the gem of the frail scholar. And I did do a bunch of testing with it in the last couple minutes, and from what I can tell, that gem literally does not do anything. I tried it with the gem equipped, and I talked to a scroll stand, or I interacted with a scroll stand, and it didn't matter one bit whether or not I had it equipped or not as far as the experience I got from it. And I thought maybe that scroll stands worked differently than the book stands, and that's not the case either. I literally tried everything, and I got the exact same amount of experience from every single stand and book stand. So again, it sure seems to me that gem doesn't do anything. Here is Yaoshin or something like that, and he is one of the eligible bachelors for the matchmaker quest, and we'll start that and take care of all that in a little while. But I guess just keep in mind that he's here.
Or perhaps everyone else's standards are far too low.
I don't believe that I end up, in this playthrough anyway, I don't end up going with this guy. And I don't know, it's kind of a... the other options I think are actually better than the one that I went with. So, in all honesty though, it doesn't make that much of a difference who you pick. There's some very little bit of experience differences between the three potential choices. But again, I didn't go with this guy. I went with a different one. I went with actually the one I think that you get the least amount of experience from. But again, it doesn't really matter that much. And here is Zong the ox carrier. And this is this is a pretty easy little side quest. It all gets taken care of right here.
Zong doesn't want to see ox.
It wasn't your fault. It was an accident. I need you back at the farm. Now let's go, Zong.
No! Leave Zong alone, or Zong get angry and smash things.
No. Please don't, Zong. I'll just go over here and leave you alone. What? Oh, hello there. Don't let Zong bother you. He's really quite harmless. He's just a little upset right now. I am Dong Ping, Zhong's employer. Zhong works on my farm, but the other day he accidentally killed one of my oxen, and since then he has refused to come back. Some of the patrons here are unnerved by his size. I'm worried that if he doesn't leave with me soon, the owners may take matters into their own hands. If he gets hurt, or worse, I'll be ruined. I can't run the farm without him, but I don't know what else to do. He won't listen to me. You will? I must warn you. Zhong is, well, he's very strong-willed and very strong. I am grateful for your help, but please, be careful. Zhong the ox carrier came by his name honestly. I would hate to see him hurt you, or anybody else for that matter. Speak softly to him, and you should be okay.
Go away. Zong not want to speak to you. Zong kill ox. Zong too strong, too rough with ox. Zong not want to hurt ox. Zong only playing. Now Zong cries for ox. Ox like to play with Zhang. Ox like it when Zhang throw her in the air and catch her. Zhang missed. Zhang dropped Ox on her head. Ox is dead. Ox was Zhang's friend. Zhang killed a friend and now Zhang is bad. Master already have another Ox. Poor Ox. Zhang killed Ox's sister. Now Ox won't like Zhang anymore. Zhang is lonely. Ox must be lonely too. Maybe Ox will forgive Zhang and we be friends again. I will go and see. You have been nice to Zhang. Zhang liked you. Zhang hope you have good day.
Thank you so much. I was at my wit's end. You've done me a great service today. Come, Zhang. Let's go home.
Zhang coming. Zhang go home now.
Thank you for convincing that poor ogre to leave. Such a sad story, really. He certainly seemed harmless enough, but the customers were leery of him. Here, this is a little something to thank you for your help.
Alright, so easy quest to take care of. In all honesty, I don't know how much good an ox carrier would do, or how useful that would be, but apparently in Jade Empire, that's a useful
leave an old man in peace.
occupation.
I'm nobody important. Nobody.
And this is kindly using the, we can't do really anything with him. He's as far anyway right now, I should say. He will be part of a side quest in the next couple of videos. It shouldn't take too long to get there, but he's another good one to remember that he's here.
Just leave me alone. And
then we're gonna take care of Chai Jin's side quest here. This one's pretty easy too. The only thing I guess I'd recommend is so the way his whole side quest works here is he's gonna feed you some different food, and you'll take damage, or you'll lose some of either your health, your mana, or your focus, or chi. I think it's chi. And you can't. I don't think you can let it fall below 0. So one of the things that I've done is that, you know, I typically build my character pretty balanced. So what I like to do is I like to eat one of each of his dishes. So I think the first one is always going to damage your health. Your second one will damage your mana, and then your final one will damage your chi or your focus. I forget which one it must be. Yes, focus. Sorry. So you know, that's how I like to do it. If you've loaded up on like your health or something for some reason, then you could, you know, take 2 of his the top option. But yeah, I guess just not a bad idea would be to save right before you talk to this guy. So, alright, we're already on the second option. I missed the first one there. Boiled ox testicles. Boy, I'm glad I didn't pick that one. I like the option. I'm feeling healthy. I'll take the ox testicles, please. Alright, so here you go. I think he says here if you'll try his last dish, he'll refund all your money. I think you have to pay him though, another 300. So basically he'll return all 600 because obviously you had to pay him for the first 3 dishes. And I think he said something about an annoying man, and I think that's in reference to Sir Roderick? I'm not sure though. I'm not 100% sure on that one. Simply astounding. His little side quest here is actually really funny if you pick the closed fist option, because you lie to him and tell it was, or you lie to him and tell him that it wasn't a big deal, and basically get him to try it too, and it kills him. And so you just loot his body. But yeah, it was. I think the final dish, yeah, hurts all of your aspects. So you know, be prepared. Don't like talk to him when you're like half dead. Try to make sure that you're all healed up, which probably would have been a good suggestion to make, you know, before we went into this long spiel. But I don't know. By the time I get here, I'm always usually pretty healthy and looking good. So we leveled up, obviously. There, we got the bronze tongue gem. I don't know if I end up equipping that. Maybe a little bit later. I don't know if it would do me much good right now. Actually, I should say I don't think it would do me very much good right now. Generally, what I like to do is, you know, being that I've been through the game a couple of times already, I generally know when there's going to be a conversation check coming up. So what I'll usually do is save in front of, you know, the NPC, and then equip whatever gem that I'm going to need. And that's kind of a good habit to get into too, now that we're kind of in, I guess, the start of making some more difficult conversation checks. So, you know, again, it may not be a bad idea for you to get into the habit of saving in front of the NPC, and then, you know, going through the dialogue options. And if it doesn't turn out the way you want it to, then, you know, reload and mess with your gems a little bit. That's one of the cool things too about this, is that you can always check where you're at with your conversation skills, you know, to figure out what you're the best, or what your best conversation skill is. And if that's an option, then you can try that out, and hopefully, you know, you'll get the result that you want. But all right, so we're gonna head back outside here. I think it's pretty much. I think the tea house is pretty much taken care of for the time being, anyway. We'll have to come back a little bit later to do the to talk to kindly Yushin or something like that. I think that's his name. But for the time being, it's time to do a little more exploration. I'm a little disappointed there that I didn't talk to the sailors that were on that path.
And welcome to Chuman's Woodcraft.
It's a little unfortunate. They had some really funny dialogue. Even more so if you're just trying to be like vulgar and not really care about what people are thinking, or if you're, I should say specifically, probably a better way to describe it is if you're going down the closed fist path. I feel like, you know, I always go through the game at least, you know, if I've taken a long break from it for, you know, a couple of years or whatever, I'll go through the game as Open Palm, and I don't know, there's just something really satisfactory though about going down the closed fist path. Wow, that's really tough to say. Words are hard.
Won't be necessary. I don't want to cause any trouble for my customers.
And this is Chuman. So Chuman is usually the guy that I go to for the matchmaker quest, just because I always felt like he was probably the closest fit for it, you know. So I think that's kind of why I just defaulted with him. He's not really, as far as rewards go, like I said before, there's some minor experience differences if you pick one of the other two bachelor choices, but you know, when it comes right down to it, it's not that big of a deal. And I believe Chuman is the only one that will get you a response from your follower. You know, like, I guess Dawnstar would probably be like, I don't know, she'd probably say something about how they're a good choice, or it was a good pick, or whatever. I don't remember what the dialogue option was. I guess we'll find out in a little while, but back here, I think there's a cask, a bamboo cask. Yep, I can see it already. Oh, there we go. Flawed warrior gem. Okay. So a little bit of cash. I typically don't equip any of those flawed gems, other than at the very beginning of the game where you just don't have any better options. As far as these piers go, I don't think there's really anything out there as far as treasure-wise. And the NPCs don't really say a whole lot. I think they pretty much all say the same kind of stuff. I think this guy's it tells you about how
the fisherman's life is a hard one.
Fisherman's life is a hard one. Don't let anybody tell you different. Okay, buddy. I don't know. I'm not a fisherman, so I can't confirm or deny that. When I grow up, I'm gonna be a pirate. Here they eat regular. Okay. I guess that's a good enough reason to become a pirate. Starving isn't so much fun, I imagine. Let's see here. Alright, so for the rest of exploration in this area, there's a couple of bamboo casks over by this boathouse. We'll go visit in a little bit, but we're going to have a little conversation here with Jian the Iron Fist, and I believe it's Mistress Vo. And they have they each have a style to teach, but depending on what path you're going down, you're only going to be able to get one. Open Palm is going to be Mistress Vo's Stone Immortal style, which is obviously what we're going to go with. And then Jian has the Tempest style, and that is if you're going down the closed fist path.
Surely you know of Yi, the capturing game? Played on a board of 19 rows and columns, the black and white pieces capture territory for their player. Do not be so hasty, Jian. You did not turn me aside all those years ago. Jian the Iron Fist isn't honestly going to let this one walk away, is he? If you don't say anything, then I will, you old goat. I too see strength, but also the capacity for understanding the world and your place in it. You could prove an interesting pupil. He would like nothing more than to have you as a student. But show me that you walk the way of the open palm, and I will teach you the mysteries of Stone Immortal. Always a pleasure to talk to another warrior. My game of Yi with Jian can wait a moment. What can I do for you? You have some understanding of the way of the open palm, but Stone Immortal is not easily taught. Return to me when you feel you understand the way of the open palm. Then you will be ready. Stone Immortal allows you to control the earth itself. It is not easy to master. To understand the earth, you must be aware of all things around you and understand that they are all connected in one way or another. That is why Stone Immortal is only taught to those who follow the way of the open palm. Our sense of harmony aids us in persuading the earth to serve as our ally. When you feel that you sufficiently understand the way of the open palm, return to me.
No fantayana ukona ni peanut. Onawa Pharaoh, so kuna. Satakwana uno nap. Sier, Ritsu Tata Sier. Wonakapir Sari Awaf, Van Sier Surufus, Isinosaurus Usuno. Wotovir Ukawana ir Usoanata Hoki. Niato Nonapadi Irovir. Sata Tawi ir Wonawa Vulkuno Sukut Nia Awafawa ir Sutuk. Ipaner Nuku Iwa ir Nikasanarir Iruru Ninuasa Irkana. Niato Nonapadi Irovir. Kuni Ugnawata ir. Nikasurir Kwana no Kuni Ugnawata ir. Niknipier. Sisa Iriwood between near Tono.
Alright, so I didn't have quite enough open palm points yet to learn Stone Immortal, but we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. There's a little book stand there. I left that because
We ought to form a guild.
I wanted to get the gem of the Frail Scholar, and thus, you know, then boost the experience gain. But you know, again, from what I've learned, at least with the Xbox version of this game, and I have I think this is the limited edition. So I don't know if on the PC if that gem works or not, but here for the Xbox it does not.
My name's Tian, but everyone calls me Big
And
Tian
here's
'cause I'm so
Big Tian,
I came to the city
and
to try to find me a
he is
wife.
looking for a wife,
So far,
obviously,
it's
so
not
he's
going
the
so
third
good.
bachelor that we've run
You
across
wouldn't
for
happen
the
to know
matchmaker
any
quest.
pretty young gals, would you? Someone who'd want to come live on the farm with me? Well, that's a real shame. If you run across any nice gals, do me a favor and mention my name to them. Big Tian. You have a nice day now.
So Tien, I generally don't think I've ever actually picked him for that quest. For one thing, he just never really felt like a good match. Like, yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll just leave it at that. It's, you know, it's really up to you who you decide to pick. And in all honesty, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter that much. But Truman's the easiest. It doesn't require any conversation checks to get him. I don't remember. You know, I don't know between Tien and oh gosh, no, I'm not gonna remember the other guy's name. Laoshin? I don't know. That's a shot in the dark. I'm not sure if that was his name. The guy in the tea house. But anyways, I don't remember. You know, which one is technically harder to get. I don't know if like one is a more difficult conversation check or not. But
with me. I like sticking.
all right, here we've got this is the Baker Bay
Hold on a sec. We've got
side
company.
quest. So we're gonna rough up some dudes here real
Too
quick.
interested in our business, friend. Looks like we gotta teach you to back off when Eiling's boys are working.
Leaping tiger. Heavenly wave. Heavenly wave. Heavenly wave.
Can you believe that these thugs would just attack me in broad daylight like that? They might have killed me if you hadn't stepped in. Thank you. I never expected such help from a stranger. You spoke to Lan? How humiliating. My fiancé must have told you I can't protect myself. The woman I love doesn't have faith in me? Oh, the shame. I'll never live this down. Yes, you're right, of course. I suppose I can't fault Lan for being worried about me. I've taken some serious beatings lately. I didn't mean to sound ungrateful. I'm just worried about Lan. She's very emotional. I've done my best to try and keep her from becoming involved in this. Those thugs are acting on Eiling's orders. She's the head of their gang. They have a small hideout in the boathouse. Eiling and I were friends when we were children, but we drifted apart as we grew up. She fell in with some rough people, as you've already seen. Ever since I got engaged, Eiling has become obsessed with me. Every day she sends her thugs to beat me up. She says she won't stop until I go talk to her. She's obviously crazy. I've done nothing to her. We haven't even spoken in years. If I go to her hideout to talk to her, I'm afraid that I'll never come out. At least the beatings on the street are out in public. They won't kill me in front of witnesses. Well, not on purpose anyway. No. Lan's very emotional. I didn't want her to get upset. At first, I didn't tell her anything at all. But I couldn't hide my bruises forever. So I told her about the beatings. But even then, I didn't mention Eiling. It's bad enough what's happening to me. I was afraid if Lan became more involved, Eiling might hurt her too. I'm being completely honest, I swear. I know how this looks. You must think I've done something to deserve this, but I have no idea why Eiling is after me. Thank you so much. Eiling and her thugs are in the boathouse. Please just ask her to leave me alone. All we want is to live our lives in peace.
Poor Bay. Getting his clock cleaned on a daily basis. That can't be fun.
This is my corner. I paid for it.
Oh man, that NPC. This is my corner. I paid for it. Okay. Who'd you buy that corner from? Filthy thieves stole my rags.
Another day, another bowl.
I feel like the ultimate slap in the face. You're like a homeless man in rags and someone stole your rags. That's pretty rough. That's rough times right there. As far as the NPCs around this area, I guess we're gonna check in with Dawnstar. I don't think she's got anything to say now. Get out of here. Get out of this dialogue. Anyways, alright, so the NPCs around this area. There's the Merchant Cheung or something like that, I think is his name. That's the guy that I think if I remember right, we already met him. And he offered to basically pay us a ton of money to keep the dam open.
Be well, my friend.
And he's got, man, if you go down, like I said, so if you go down the closed fist path with this game, and like, so it will just say you leave the dam open. The whole result to his, I guess, story arc is pretty awesome. I think, what is it? He pays you obviously for keeping the dam open, just like you guys had, you know, as a deal. And then Captain Ing, who we are going to meet here rather shortly, is you can actually tell Captain Ing that he essentially paid you to keep the dam open, and he'll go kill him in a drunken rage.
Is the Emperor really
you can really do some crazy stuff with this game.
Hello there, stranger.
It's pretty fun stuff.
I haven't spotted you around Tian's Landing before. You've come at a bad time, what with the dam being open and all. Regardless, it's good to meet you. I'm Darting Lynx, the acrobat. Unfortunately, I'm not putting any shows on in Tian's Landing, if that's why you're here. You know, feats of balance and precision, delicate routines to shock and amaze. Whatever brings some silver, really. I travel around the countryside putting on acts and sometimes teaching people a few tricks. Hey, now that I think of it, you're a warrior, right? I may not be putting on any shows here, but I could teach you a few techniques to improve your balance and speed if you're interested. I'd be happy to. I'll be leaving Tian's Landing someday soon, and silver always helps the trip go smoother. Let's see what I can teach you.
Alright, so Darting Link is kind of like your upgraded version of Smiling Mountain, I guess. Well, maybe not. Maybe that's not very accurate to say. She's got a bunch of stuff to sell, though. Techniques, that is. So, I think for this playthrough, I literally bought every single technique I could. I don't necessarily recommend that. Some of these techniques just are not going to be that useful. Specifically, I know I bought some later on that involved conversation skills that I never ended up really using. So these four are not bad. I mean, I think that the disadvantages to a couple of these, like the chi -3, but health +7, that's a net +4 stat points. So I feel like that's worth it, but some of the stuff is just, and again, it'll be later on, and I'll probably point out those techniques once we actually get a little bit closer, but there's definitely some of them that I didn't really feel like were even worth buying. And here I guess I started selling off some of the gems that I didn't feel I was going to need.
Hello again.
We'll see here if
It's not much of a story, really.
I'm guessing
I
come back here later.
I picked up when I first started practicing acrobatics.
To pick up those final techniques after I get a little more cash from either the main quest or the sub quest in town.
Lynx, he would say, but you balance like a drunken frog. He taught me to slow my movements and really focus on what I was doing, but his nickname for me stuck. As I said, I'm not really from here, so I get the sense that he doesn't do much about it, but he's at least aware. All the best to you.
Alright, so let's go back here and explore the final little kind of out-of-the-way area back here. This is Scholar Six Heavens. He has the Zither of Discord quest, and that quest is not able. You cannot complete this quest if you're Open Palm.
What I do not need, however, is
and that's unfortunate because there's a decent technique at the end of this quest. So yeah, like I said, a little unfortunate that you can't get it, but it's not the end of the world.
You see? Your every action and each word tells me that you are not the person I need.
F you too, I guess.
I can see by your actions
that
you understand the way of the closed fist. I promise to make it
and then I think the final NPC in this area is Tong, and we'll see here if I don't remember if I actually started the quest that involves him or not. He's got there's the merchant in the northern part of town next to Minister Sheng. And basically Tong steals, or was about to steal maybe one of his weapons, or I don't know if he was just looking at it, who knows. He was drunk. The dude was drunk. And sounded like he had grabbed the merchant's clay statue as well, so we're here to take it back.
Gotta wash away our sorrows. It's no fun being trapped in this town. We don't know nobody, we ain't seen our families in months, and now we're stuck here. That'd drive anyone to drink. Figurine? You mean that clay statue? Pretty little thing. I just borrowed it for a while. I didn't steal it. My ma used to have figurines like that. I ain't seen her in a long time. I really miss her. I just borrowed the figurine to remind me of her. A gift from his ma? Oh, geez, I guess he probably wants it back, huh? Here, take the figurine. I don't mean to cause no trouble. I just missed my ma is all. I I ain't crying. I just got something in my eye. I gotta go back to the boat.
All right, so you can use your, your conversation skill there to tell him basically to give the statue back because it was the merchant's mother's, and what was it? Coincidentally, the statue reminded him of his mother. And I feel like I missed a clay pot back there or something. There should have been a clay vase or something like that in between two of the little huts.
Stop right there. I gave you 2 extra duty.
I may have gone back to grab it later, but I'm not sure.
We don't have to listen to you, Ing.
And here's Captain
You're
Ing.
A captain without a ship.
And I'm actually gonna end the commentary
now.
here.
I will discover
so
a
you
way
guys
to
can
free
like, comment,
ship.
subscribe, whatever you guys want to
Until
do.
then,
But hope you guys are helpful.
Orders.
Hope you're liking the walkthrough.
I've
and
had
hope
enough
you keep
of you
joining
and
me
your
for more.
orders.
All right, thanks for watching.
Now get back in that ship. I'm your captain. Understand?
Well, you're still the captain for now. But if you don't get us out of this town soon, you're going to have a mutiny on your hands. Then we'll see what's what.
If you've come to complain about my men, I don't want to hear it. When Minister Sheng gets the Great Dam closed, we'll be happy to leave. Until then, we're stuck here. I'm Captain Ing. This is my ship, the Lucky Knight. She's a fine vessel, or was. But now that the Great Dam is open, the Lucky Knight is stranded here along with me and my men. We're sailors. We don't belong on land. If we could just get our ship back on the water, everything would be fine. But that won't happen until someone finds a way to close the dam. If I leave the ship, my men will have Tien's Landing in flames. The locals think the dam is haunted, and Minister Sheng can't find anyone brave enough to risk closing it. The moment I saw you, I knew you were the fearless sort. I hoped you would offer to help. It shames me to need the help of a stranger. I'm not a rich man, but my reputation, my ship, and my men are worth everything I can give. Close the dam and free us, and I'll give you all the silver I have. You won't get too far if you don't speak to Minister Sheng first. The dam... Excellent. The key will get you into the ruins, where you can close the Great Dam. I hope to see the water rising soon. Good luck. I'm not used to needing help from others. It's hard for me to say this, but... thank you.